Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. This Friday is Cute Stuff's birthday, so to celebrate her becoming that much older than the Elder Dragons— Ouch! Ouch! Okay, stop! I'm sorry! To celebrate her hitting 29 again, we're going to be making dragon decks all week. Now, to be specific, we're going to be building decks featuring her favorite non-legendary dragon, Utvara Hellkite. Leading today's deck are Ganax Astral Hunter and Agent of the Iron Throne. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically, if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Ganax Astral Hunter is a 5-mana 3/4 legendary dragon with flying. Whenever Ganax Astral Hunter or another dragon enters the battlefield under our control, we create a treasure token. And, like all monocolored legendaries from Battle for Baldur's Gate, Ganax allows us to choose a background. Agent of the Iron Throne is a 3-mana legendary enchantment background that gives commander creatures we own a triggered ability. Whenever an artifact or creature we control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. So, we have a commander that makes treasures, and a background that hurts our opponents every time we use a treasure. Yes, tokens go to the graveyard and then disappear, but they do go to the graveyard, which means they would trigger Agent of the Iron Throne. But this deck is for cute stuff, which means we better be running some dragons if we know what's good for us. Before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders. Solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful black one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our lands consist of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Crucible of the Spirit Dragon, Haven of the Spirit Dragon, Bloodstained Mire, Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, Blood Crypt, Luxury Suite, Haunted Ridge, Dragon Skull Summit, Raucous Theater, Sulphurous Mire, Geothermal Bog, Smoldering Marsh, Tainted Peak, Blazemire Verge, Shadowblood Ridge, Graven Cairns, Sulphurous Springs, Blightstep Pathway, Foreboding Ruins, Rakdos Cranarium, Bajuka Bog, Mines of Moria, Treasure Vault, 4 Swamps, and 6 Mountains. A solid mana base. For mana ramp, we're running Cavern Horde Dragon, Ancient Copper Dragon, Goldspan Dragon, Descent into Avernus, Black Market Connections, The Reaver Cleaver, Revel in Riches, Brass's Bounty, Ryvaz of the Claw, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Indulgence, Rakdos Signet, Mindstone, Chromatic Lantern, Felwar Stone, Dragon's Horde, and Sarkhan Fireblood. I know that's a lot, but a good chunk of our card advantage serves dual purpose, either drawing us cards or smashing our opponents in the face. Our card advantage package consists of Bonehorde Dracosaur, Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, Seize the Spoils, Bladewing the Risen, Malevolent Witchkite, Hoarding Broodlord, Demand Answers, Costly Plunder, Siphon Mind, and Phyrexian Arena. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and even wind up with some extra treasures. For interaction and spot removal, we're running Shivan Hellkite, Withering Torment, Bedevil, Terminate, Feed the Swarm, Abrade, Chaos Warp, Vandal Blast, and Hero's Downfall. Lots of ways to keep our opponents in line. Our board wipes consist of Earthquake, Toxic Deluge, Blasphemous Act, and Crux of Fate. Dragons aren't the fastest creature type, so we want to slow our opponents down a bit. The core of our deck consists of Atsushi the Blazing Sky, Swashbuckler Extraordinaire, Decadent Dragon, Rapacious Dragon, Red Dragon, Lathless Dragon Queen, Udvara Hellkite,
Good boy.
Shivan Dragon, Zorn, Patron of the Arts, Himmersturm Predator, Nesting Dragon, and Skyline Despot. Supporting our plan, we're also running Mirkwood Bats, Dragon Tempest, Marionette Apprentice, Reckless Fireweaver, Mayhem Devil, Disciple of the Vault, and Fake Your Own Death. Lots of ways to close out the game. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 54 mana sources split between 36 lands and 16 pieces of brand. That's not including a bunch of other cards that make 1 or 2 treasures in the deck. 11 pieces of card advantage, 9 pieces of interaction, 4 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Bojuka Bog and Himmersturm Predator, 1 sudden I win card in Ancient Copper Dragon. I know it's the most expensive card in the deck, but it also has the capacity of making us the most amount of treasures as well. And since Agent of the Iron Throne damages our opponents every time we sack a treasure, we could, if we're lucky, roll high on the d20, then sack all our treasures to cast a massive Earthquake, killing the table. So this deck is designed to generate a ton of treasures and a ton of dragons. We then use those treasures to cast our dragons and drain our opponents at the same time. We have backups for this plan in the form of Marionette Master and Mirkwood Bats. But remember, we want to build a deck with Udvara Hellkite in mind. And one of the best ways to win the game with Udvara Hellkite is Dragon Tempest. If we have 6 dragons attacking, Udvara would make us 6 dragons. Because of how Udvara is worded, each dragon enters separately, so rather than triggering all at once, we'd get 6 separate triggers from Dragon Tempest. The first trigger would deal 7 damage, the second would deal 8, etc., totaling out to 63 damage. Maybe not enough to kill the entire table, but enough to at least take out one player. Now, I know some of you are wondering why I have Shivan Dragon and Shivan Hellkite in the deck, when there are better dragons out there. Obviously, Terror of the Peaks and Dracuseth would be improvements over these two. But this deck is designed to make a ton of mana, and I wanted something to spend it on. Sacrificing a couple treasures to take out an opponent's Bird of Paradise amuses me. Do you have a Ganax Astral Hunter deck? What about a deck with Agent of the Iron Throne as a background? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgie, Nazwin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksoup, Patrick, Travis, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Kiki, Jiki, and Gabriel. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.